Many Thais see this election as a chance to break free from yet another military-dominated government. Thailand's army chief has pledged not to stage a coup again, and opinion polls show the two biggest opposition candidates with a large lead. But in the complex world of Thai politics, it'd be too hasty to rule out a surprising and controversial outcome. Here's a look at the main players.
Prayut Chan-Ocha has been Thailand's prime minister since 2014, when he led a coup against a democratically elected government. The retired army boss held on to his post in 2019 in an election rife with irregularities. Now he's running again, despite a law limiting his time in power to 2025. After 9 years under Prayut, voters know what to expect from the nationalist and royalist general. But opinion polls show that most Thais have had enough of Prayut. His successor could end up being the daughter of the man he ousted, Petantan Shinawa, a political novice with a famous name. Her billionaire father, Thaksin, has been in exile since the 2014 coup. The candidate told DW she's not worried about a repeat of that.
What if there is another coup?
Should it be another coup? I don't think so. I don't think so.
Shinawa could ride her father's populist legacy to the top job in Thai politics. She was leading the polls until recently, when a disruptor took the lead. Entrepreneur turned politician Pita Limjoenrat from the Move Forward party. His progressive policies have proved popular among younger Thais. After 9 years living under a general, many are eager for democratic reforms. Pita seems to fit the profile. He wants to take on the military, get the generals out of politics, and end mandatory conscription. He's also the only candidate who's talked about reforming Thailand's strict laws against criticizing the monarchy. Polls are open until Sunday. But under Thailand's complex electoral system, the popular vote might not decide the winner. That's decided by Parliament, where a third of the votes come from senators appointed by the military. It's a system designed by Prayut's junta, and it could end up tipping the balance in his favor.
From Bangkok, political scientist Titian Pongsudarak joins us. Welcome back to DW News Asia. You've said this election is unlike any other seen in contemporary Thailand. Why is that?
Well, we've had many elections over the past 8 decades, 9 decades now, but in the past, elections were never about policies. It was about individuals, about personal bosses, about vague promises about good life, happiness, prosperity. But this changed in 2001 when Thaksin Shinawatra contested the election, and he made it into policies, populist policies. So for the first time 20 years ago, Thai politics was about policies, and that's why Thaksin won all the elections so far in the 21st century from 2001 to 2019. But now this election in 2023 is not just about populism anymore, because all parties are now populist. So in a way, Thaksin won the populism war. He succeeded in promoting populism to recognize and respect and accommodate poor people outside Bangkok and the countryside and so on. But now the agenda is shifting, and it's almost a kind of a paradigm shift, not populism anymore, but structural reforms. And structural reforms means that this election is unlike the other elections in the past, because the structural reforms of the military, the monarchy, judiciary, bureaucracy, these have not been discussed in elections before. And now they're being discussed and being spearheaded by the Move Forward party. And this is why this election is unlike past elections, because it's the next stage in Thai politics. It's about the reforms of the traditional institutions that run this country and how they need to change.
But would bringing about that change mean ousting a military-dominated government?
Precisely. I think the contest now is about what to do, how to put the military, the monarchy, judiciary within a newly arranged, newly agreed constitutional order. As you know, this constitution we have now was drafted during the military era after the military coup in 2014. So the issue now is about how to constitutionalize the military, the monarchy, judiciary, and how to kind of get past this cycle of coups and constitutions and elections and protests and more coups. And this is why young people are leading this drive for a new kind of Thailand. It's almost like the modernization of Thailand and bringing Thailand into the 21st century by reforming these traditional institutions so that democratic institutions that represent people's voices, that they will be paramount and supreme in the political system. And that's the contest in this election.
So do you seriously believe the military's domination of Thai politics could be over?
Of course, it will not be over in the immediate term. In fact, the Army Commander-in-Chief has hinted that he cannot guarantee that there will not be another coup. But in the long run, I think it's becoming more difficult to have a military coup in Thailand. The military found that they can seize power. They did in 2006, 2014, but each time they had difficulty managing the Thai economy, difficulty explaining the coup to the international community, why there had to be a coup. And then eventually they had to come up with a constitution and election anyway. So therefore, for them, seizing power is one thing, but, managing and running Thailand after the coup has been difficult. So I think in the long term, they would not want to go there unless they really have to. But on the other hand, they have not been able to find another way to keep power and to stay in power. So this is their dilemma. But if you look at the polls, you look at the elections in Thailand, pro-military parties have not been winning elections in Thailand. So if more elections are held, younger people come up, you're going to see a more, I think, democratization because younger people, they want to have a future. And, they're more first-time voters and the older people will then fade away. So in the long term, the military does not have time on its side.
But surely when it comes to the short term, coup leader and military man Prayut Chan-Ocha will be doing his utmost to hold on to power. I mean, once out of office, wouldn't he face legal problems of sorts?
Yes, I mean, he has a lot to be answer for because he seized power in 2014, had 5 years of military government. He had absolute power just about during that time. And he managed to, run Thailand to a standstill, no prospects for Thai economy moving forward, no innovation, lacking education reform, a long litany of policy shortcomings and lackluster performance and just a sheer incompetence. And then, he had a new constitution, which made it worse because it gave the military an appointed Senate to keep electing him back to power in 2019 elections. So now he is running into election again. He wants to stay in power because there's a lot of skeletons, I think, in his closet. If he's out of power, he could be in big trouble. I mean, there are corruption allegations against him, against his brother, against his nephew, that he has swept under the carpet. And then also he has never declared his own assets. So there's a lot of things to be answered for General Prayut, and he knows that. I think his safest bet would be to be appointed as a privy councillor, and that would be his way out. But otherwise, he needs to stay in office because if he gets down from the tiger's back, he could be in a lot of trouble because he's done a lot of things not so right, a lot of wrongdoings, I think, that we haven't seen. It could be exposed.
Thank you very much for joining us here on DW News Asia.